Hey, YouTube, welcome back. Thanks for being here again. I appreciate y'all joining me. If you're new to this channel, please do check out some of my early videos. It'll give y'all a better understanding of what's going on in this one. I want to be, come across in the right way in this video, and if you watch some of the other videos, it'll help me do that. So, was that a weird way of saying that? It kind of was. Anyways, thanks again for being here. In this video, I want to share some schoolwork with y'all, and in previous videos, I did talk about how I'm trying to incorporate my present day life into my schoolwork, and how I try to keep my passions and desires involved in my day-to-day, that being work and school and everything else that, I have to do to get to where I want to be. I did talk about contentment also, and the quote that I used to describe contentment is when your thoughts, your words, and your actions are all aligned or in tune. And I believe that to be true, and I try to hold that in practice in my day-to-day. This video is going to share some content. I know the, demographic that is really on my channel, especially lately. It's going to be an interesting thing for y'all to hear, and I decided to share some schoolwork to tell y'all kind of a little bit more about me and my purpose and what my direction really is as far as my pursuit of contentment and what I'm kind of doing. So this will give y'all a deeper understanding of who I am and what I am trying to do and am doing with my life and with this channel. Again, if y'all know anybody who might be interested in this, please do share. If you do like my videos, click the like, thumbs up. It'll give other people who want that type of content, it'll give them an opportunity maybe to see that. It'll bring it up in their search results too. So algorithms, they can be to our benefit, or they can waste our entire lives away. So anyways, we'll get to the schoolwork. This is my last discussion post. I have a quiz left in psychology, and that is it. I'm in my last unit this week. So this is the last discussion post, and I'm also going to share a PowerPoint that I did a couple units ago in the health science. So y'all pay attention. It'll kind of definitely describe a little bit of my desire and what my specific pursuits are. So yeah, thanks for being here again. We'll go ahead with this discussion topic. The first one says choose a motivational theory that makes sense to you, i.e. blah blah blah. Explain what this theory states about motivation. Provide an example for why you agree with it. Discuss some ways you experience stress. Whoops. That was weird. It says, discuss some ways that you experience stress and share how you can use psychology to increase your health and well-being. Describe an activity that you find intrinsically motivating and absorbing. For example, you might blah, blah, blah. What are your experiences like when you engage in this activity? Does the concept of flow apply to your experience of this activity? I've already posted it and I forgot to talk about flow. Oh well, I'll get some points for it anyways. Right now I have a 92 in psychology before my quiz, and in health science I have a 99.26, so we're doing good so far in school. This is my response to that discussion topic though. One activity that I find intrinsically motivating and absorbing is understanding the people around me and offering them support and a separate perspective on any life issues they are struggling with. This can be considered a coping style for stress called social support. I experience contentment, value, and purpose in everything I do day to day when I know it is focused on an effort to improve the lives of others and the world around me. While there may not be a specific career choice that satiates my specific desire, my passion is to change and improve the collective consciousness so that we may better understand what is meaningful to the human experience, thereby improving the material world in which we exist. In the pursuit of this, I think it is important to differentiate between my living or passion and my jobs or income. While my income may come from being a wellness coach or a guidance counselor, research assistant, or psychology professional, my passions will remain the guiding light in my life. One way that I experience stress is when I ponder and examine how unproductive our mainstream way of life is in providing happiness as displayed by the current social and economic systems. While our textbook defines happiness as having three elements, the pleasant life, the good life, and the meaningful life, I believe that true contentment is found when our thoughts, our words, and our actions are aligned. One way I deal with the stress of considering how broken our systems are in providing happiness and contentment is by actively pursuing my passions of providing a different, more meaningful, and positive perspective of purpose, while also taking part in these counterproductive systems. One cannot change the way of the world without taking part in it. I've chosen a difficult road to follow, but it brings me daily fulfillment to know the self-efficacy of my daily actions when pursuing the purpose of my heart rather than my wallet. So that gives you all a deeper understanding. I kind of wanted to show how I'm connecting my life with my schoolwork. So I think that was a good post to share with y'all. And this PowerPoint is really what I was talking about when I was talking about the subject matter of this video. I'm kind of struggling with how to share this with y'all because I know who's watching my channel right now. This is a self-study, you guys, and this is where this will help y'all understand what really I'm pursuing here. And you know, I've got a long path to follow, and I'm excited that I have it to do, and it brings me joy that I have day-to-day activities that can progress me towards it. So this PowerPoint we were supposed to talk about any issue in any field that could pertain to health science, and describe why more funding for it could be good and could value society, I guess. That's the basic gist of it. And it was a struggle for me to figure out what to do and what category my thing would fall under. So I ended up just doing one, and it ended up falling under a number of the categories, which were, you know, stuff like Veterans Affairs, Women's Health and Family Planning, or you know, disease prevention and substance abuse, you know, all those different areas that could apply to health science. But anyways, mine is titled Psychedelic-Assisted Psychotherapy. In the first slide here, psychedelic-assisted psychotherapy is important in public health promotion and disease prevention by addressing some of the concerns of the current and increasing psychopharmacological crisis in mental health. FDA approval rates of new molecules for treating mental disorders fell from 13 in 1996 to 1 in 2016. Whoops. Preliminary clinical studies show exciting and promising results of psychedelic-assisted therapy, PAP, in many different areas of psychology that include depression, addiction, and substance abuse, and existential anxiety or end-of-life crisis and terminal illness. Psychedelic treatment, this is the next slide, psychedelic treatment can be thought of as the induction of an experience with positive long-term mental health consequences rather than daily neurochemical corrections. Basically saying, you know, don't take drugs every day. And the next thing says, if childhood trauma, sexual abuse, abandonment, poverty, and other mental injuries can contribute to long-term mental illness, by logic, we can deduce that a positive and meaningful guided mystical experience can have long-term positive effects. The next slide. Increasing awareness to a shift in thought from drug efficacy to experience efficacy can benefit psychology in many ways. Dispensing the psychedelic compounds only to licensed clinicians and not the patients themselves decreases potential of abuse or diversion by the patient. Side effects of widely prescribed psychotropic medications include addictions to medications causing withdrawal, toxicity from drug interaction, weight changes, stomach pains, constipation, abnormal thoughts, restlessness, delusions, memory loss, sexual dysfunction, anxiety, dizziness, sleep problems, and even suicidal thought patterns. It is rare that psychiatric clinical trials last longer than 6 months, while the products approved based on these trials are later prescribed for daily use for years, sometimes decades. Psychedelic therapy generally uses one or few administrations, accompanied by extensive before and after talk therapy sessions where the patient can effectively acknowledge the intent of and integrate the experience. Patients who are considered to be treatment resistant can benefit from psychedelic-assisted psychotherapy. Anyone suffering from drug dependence, end-of-life anxiety, major depression, and even post-traumatic stress disorders are likely to benefit from the controlled psychedelic experience. Professionals in psychology can increase their effectiveness with this type of practice. Who benefits? Patients who are showing signs of decreasing drug effectiveness or experiencing adverse side effects from current or previous medication, and the psychology community at large. And then the funding. Increasing the awareness of PAP and other non-traditional therapies through additional funding can alleviate some of the problems of today's psychopharmacological crisis. More clinical trials can help bring the proven positive results of current and preliminary studies to become more widely considered, and will continue to prove these types of therapies to be effective and beneficial to practicing psychologists. This type of therapy can be considered more financially effective for the patients because the goal is to decrease prescription of and daily use of costly medication. By putting more money into this type of research, the result is more money in the pockets of the patients, many of whom are affected psychologically by the poverty and income concern in the first place. Improvements needed. More long-term trials in efficacy of PAP can prove the extended positive benefits of the single administration guided mystical experience. By conducting more studies and continuing to increase our understanding of more effective ways of conducting PAP, we can improve the overall awareness of the many benefits of diversion from the status quo in psychology. So that's that. That gives y'all a much deeper understanding of kind of what I'm doing with my life. So I'm a little bit nervous about sharing this with y'all and wondering what y'all's comments will be. Please do give me a comment. Let me know what you think, and share this video with somebody who might be interested in it. And I love y'all. Y'all be good to each other, and we will see you in the future.